Welcome to OECnews. Our mission is to deliver the hard-to-see macro trends in the global economy by using our exclusive tools to analyze international trade on a micro scale. I'm your host, Johanna Williams. I'm a real person, but in this episode, I'm a little worried that I might be replaced by an industrial robot. That's our focus in this episode. Those rising stars of AI-driven manufacturing in a post-pandemic world. Whether you are a fan of cyborgs or fear them, you will be enlightened by what we have discovered. Post-pandemic, the demand for artificial intelligence, AI, and robotics has been soaring. Japan, a world leader in robotics, doubled its exports to grab 40%. In 2023, robots are turning Japanese. AI is a force multiplier in the robotics trade. With AI, robots can perform even more complex tasks, adapting to new situations in manufacturing and even healthcare. The robotics market is projected to experience an annualized growth rate of 26.2% between 2021 and 2028. Japan takes the gold medal in the robotics exporting event, but China, the United States, and Germany get medals for putting those AI robots to work in more sophisticated applications. The US, China, and Germany are the primary importers of robots. China, in particular, has seen a 43.7% year-to-year increase in imports. It's up 60.1% over the past 2 years. Shanghai could be called Robot City, with 2/3 of China's total robot imports. Shanghai's robot imports grew 98.2% since 2021. That's as rapid a change as the movie Transformers on the big screen this summer. China, by the way, has more fans of the Transformer robot franchise than any other market on the planet. And as they say, there's more than meets the eye here in this data. China has an overall positive trade balance of $88.2 billion. China's exports have surged in March 2023 by 14.8% to hit $316 billion. The surging popularity of telephones, integrated circuits, and computers, all part of the same tech stream driving robotics, are responsible for China's leadership here. Guangdong Province alone now contributes $74.8 billion to China's overall exports. And there is a geopolitical dimension to this as well. China's trade with Russia is surging, with car and electric battery exports driving this growth. But China experienced a decline in imports from South Korea, Taiwan, and Japan. Here, reduced demand for integrated circuits, sound recording equipment, and refined copper was the cause. The United States can't match the China numbers, but despite a trade deficit of $71.8 billion, the U.S. exports grew by a 5.48% increase in February to reach $159 billion. No robots here, though. It was surging crude petroleum exports, up by 21.9%, soybeans up 50.6%, and gold up 78.2%, giving the U.S. its gains. The United States recorded declines in imports from China, Russia, and Ireland, mainly in the raw materials sector. Imports of laboratory reagents, crude oil, and diamonds all down. Oil-rich Texas was the top exporter with contributions totaling $34.2 billion, while California remains a top exporter and importer, benefiting an economy that, by itself, is estimated to be the 4th or 5th largest in the world. It depends on how you do the math. As we move down the list of big international traders, we leave robots and tech behind and note more traditional manufacturing and reliable raw materials and agricultural goods. The story in South Korea in March was declining trade, down 14.2% to hit $54.8 billion and racking up a nearly $5 billion trade deficit. Exports of electrical equipment, cars, and machinery all scored declines. South Korean all-important exports to China and Vietnam fell 34% and 24.8% respectively. Imports weren't much better, a 6.36% decline to $59.7 billion, driven by reduced trade from Australia and Japan. South Korea can cite a small upside: its adaptability in rough times and its ability to hold on to market share in key regions. Brazil and India are next up. Brazil has the better numbers for March. Exports surged 12.3% to reach $33 billion, with key sectors like soybeans and crude petroleum experiencing significant growth. Energy and food-hungry China remained a crucial destination, buying $11 billion worth of Brazilian goods, up 17.7%. Brazil's year-to-year export growth in March was also driven by Argentina, up 31.6%, and Spain, up 45.4%. Crude oil, up 60.8%, soybeans, up 13.6%, and corn, up an almost silly-sounding 6.42,000%. Brazil's economy remains tied to natural resources, despite significant investments in domestic manufacturing. Brazil's sheer size makes it a significant player in the global market. The India story begins with a frustrating trade deficit of $16.2 billion. India's exports declined slightly by 0.39% to $37 billion. Imports declined even more, a 6.63% decrease to $53.2 billion. India's vaccine leadership, along with other pharmaceuticals, petrochemicals, and pearls, were the export standouts, while imports were led by crude oil and gold. The United States, the United Arab Emirates, and China remained crucial trading partners for India. But reduced demand from Australia, Bangladesh, and Belgium hurt India's iron and steel sector, while China, Iraq, and Switzerland bought significantly less fertilizers, industrial oils, and gold. We end our journey back in the land of emerging robots. Germany. In February, Germany's trade surplus was 15.6 billion euros. Exports were up 7.46%, topping 130 billion euros. Motor vehicles, pharmaceutical products, and high-tech machinery were the leaders here. Demand from the United States, France, and the Netherlands boosted sales of motor cars, motor caravans, and pharmaceutical products. Germany's increased imports weren't just advanced robots. Oil-thirsty Germany, with a thriving demand for machinery, petroleum, and medicines, helped the balance sheets of the United States, Poland, and the Czech Republic. Germany remains a tech and manufacturing powerhouse, with a solid role in the AI robotics boom. That wraps up another episode of OECnews, where we strive to bring you the latest international trade data and insights. We hope you enjoyed our exploration of the world of industrial robots, along with the numbers that give a meaningful picture of the global economy. Stay tuned for more exclusive stories and analysis in our next episode. Until then, take care and remember, when you are on the road to economic truth, let data drive you.